here we are in week 2 of this Living Hope series based out of 1 Peter chapters 1 and 2. And the whole point of this series is that the living hope of Jesus doesn't just change what we believe, it actually defines who we become. In 1 Peter chapter 1 verses 3 through 12, we talked about salvation as an inheritance. An inheritance being something that you can't earn at all. You can only receive an inheritance, and only when the time is right. And salvation, we see in 1 Peter, is a greater inheritance than that of gold. And until the very moment where we are in heaven someday, we will go through a refining process through Jesus. And this refining process in 1 Peter 1 is compared to the refining process of gold, where gold is heated up, and the hotter it gets, the more impurities float to the top, can be skimmed and thrown away, making the gold even more pure than it was before the refining process. And that process is the exact same thing as from the moment that we give our life to Jesus to the exact moment where we receive our full inheritance someday in heaven. And can be a painful process for us in life. This are the life scenarios and situations that we go through that maybe we put ourselves in because of bad choices, or there are things that happen to us that we endure. Those moments and those things are part of the refining process if we allow them to be in our own life. Do we have the perspective it takes to be able to say, this is a difficult situation, but God is using it to continually refine me in greater into His image, to who He wants me to become and to continue to become. And our refining in Christ should result in a praise and worship of God, even though it can be painful and difficult, but it's all possible because of Him. This salvation is something so great that it affects us not only now, but through all of eternity in heaven with Him. And once salvation is received, it gives us hope. And this hope is a confident assurance that we can rely on and look to for the future, that knowing that it is in God's hands. And this hope is alive because Jesus is alive. But that same living hope is a hope that we are called to live out and share with other people as well. So a couple questions to think about and process together this week is, first, what situation is God using or has He used to refine you? And what did you learn from that process? And second question, how can knowing that we have salvation through Jesus influence our vulnerability to be refined by Him?